Howdy, and welcome to the Bar SC Ranch, where you will experience our journey of running a family business, caring for animals, and doing life together. Subscribe now and be inspired here at the Bar SC.
So today we had an extra couple hours, so we decided to pull all of our equipment out. We're gonna clean it and actually check it over for safety as well. So all of our stuff is pulled out, and we're gonna go over today a little bit about how to clean your tack and then what kind of tack we use. We are a trail riding outfit as well as we do lessons and things like that. We ride both English and Western, and we've got all kinds of equipment, all needs to be kept clean. The really cool thing about cleaning leather is it actually transpires into your house. So this is how you would clean a leather sofa, your leather boots, things like that as well. So our motto here is that all of our tack is
safe,
clean,
and less squeaky. So here you can see we have a bunch of our utensils that we use. So we have some clean rags and some sponges. You can use both, either rags or sponges, it's whatever you prefer. And then we have our soaps. We have a bar of glycerin soap, and then today we are using Leather New. Those will be our two soaps.
And you can find, there's a bunch of different brands of soaps and different cleaners on the market. You just need to find what works best for you.
Yep. And then we also have some baby oil here that we might be oiling some of our squeakier tack with.
We're going to clean some of our bridles first. The best way to get your bridles fully cleaned and to make sure that you've checked all of the different fasteners and things for safety is to go ahead and take the whole thing apart. So you can just do a quick wipe down. That's what we do every couple times after riding. But every couple weeks we want to take it apart and really clean it well. So these girls are going to help me first take everything apart, and then we'll show you what it looks like to really scrub it and clean it. Now that we have our bridles taken apart, we are going to go ahead and show you how we clean them. My bridle is a really simple Western bridle with two cheek pieces, a crown piece, and an ear piece. Kailey's and Maddi's both have some other
brow
pieces.
bands.
She has a not fancy brow band. She has a fancier brow band. So your bridles will look all different, and they're used for all different things. What we need to make sure is that the pieces that are really important are really clean. So the part that where your cheek piece connects in to your brow band, to your crown piece, that part gets a lot of wear and tear and also gets all really dirty. So we take it apart, make sure that it's still sturdy and the integrity of the stitching hasn't been compromised. And then we're also going to look at the portions that hold the bit. So this is on your cheek piece. This part holds the bit. It gets full of crud and dirt there. So in a few minutes, we're going to scrub that. And again, just check the stitching, make sure it's okay. As I was taking this bridle apart, I realized that part of my crown piece has broken off. So this is now a bridle that we will replace. We'll buy a brand new crown piece for this bridle because it would not be considered safe anymore. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. The way I like to do it, I like to use wash rags more than sponges.
I
but
prefer sponges.
Doesn't matter, it's whatever you like.
I have both.
We want to have fresh, clean water, and you're going to have to change your water often, especially if your tack's pretty dirty. So we're going to get the rag or sponge nice and damp. You're going to use whatever product you're going to use, or place whatever product you're going to use onto your rag. So we're going to do Leather New, spray it on there. I want to make sure it's really not too wet, so I might wring it out a little bit. I'm going to remove my earpiece. And then really scrub the entire part of the bridle. Now,
Inside and outside.
Inside and outside, especially the inside that's next to your horse, because your horse sweats while you're riding it, and that sweat and hair can get really stuck to the leather. The one thing we want to make you aware of, and your product choice for cleaning may make a difference. As you clean your tack, it usually changes color. It gets a little bit darker. And so you want to make sure you clean your entire bridle all at the same time, like in the same sitting.
Otherwise you'll have
you might have different colored pieces, which would be fine in some instances and might really make you sad in other instances. If you are really concerned about it, do a piece underneath, clean a part underneath that won't show first so that you can see what color it's going to turn into, and then decide whether you want to continue with that cleaner or if you want to try a different one.
And then if you can see right here, my crown piece has little beads on it, and so using the rag, I can't quite get in between all of those. So I'm actually going to use a toothbrush. Kailey, could you pass me a toothbrush?
I think they went back in the bin.
Oh,
Sorry.
toothbrush!
There we go. We're going to use a toothbrush. You can get it wet. You can even spray some cleaner on it. And I'm just going to take this and scrub in between the little beads and get all of that dirt that was in there out. Just like that, and then I can rub it off with my rag.
And it's really important, yes, to get inside any of the pieces of tack that are stitched back to each other, so you have the little folds. This is in my earpiece. It would be the same on a crown piece. And you want to get on the insides and make sure that's all clean as well. So here's my clean one, and here's the dirty one. So now this one's a lot more soft, and it's going to last a lot longer than if I left it like this. This could get dried out and crack, and the stitching could start to come apart if we left it dirty like this for too long. So when we're cleaning our bridles, we also want to make sure our bits get good and clean. We rinse them off every single day after we ride with them, but they still wind up with pieces of grass and, I don't know, slobber, horse slobber, kind of crusted to them. So we'll go ahead and soak it. Sometimes if you wash in it often, you won't have to soak it for very long, but I'll just put it in the water for a minute, and then we'll use our rag, and the gunk will come right off. But that way we never want to put a bit in our horse's mouth that we actually wouldn't put in our own mouth. I was raised in the United States Pony Club. That's what they teach us first thing. So we try to keep them as clean as possible. There we go. You can see one side is clean and the other side's still dirty, and that didn't take very long, and my horse is going to be so much happier.
So this here is kind of a cool looking bit. This is a bit with a shank and a port. And this we use only for shows, and it's a stronger bit, so that's why we only use it for shows, and you have to be really light on the horse or you could definitely hurt them.
So another bit that we have on the table today is called a wonder bit. This is a cool bit because it's mostly a snaffle, but if we need to, we can move the reins down. So the rein is the part that you hold in your hand. It's going to connect either here to be used as a snaffle bit, or you can connect it down at the bottom, which gives just a little bit more leverage. We use leverage when the horse is maybe not listening, or if they're going a little bit faster than we want them to. Honestly, with our horses here, we never have to use that, but somebody gave us this bit, and it does work really well with gymkhana's speed events. Sometimes we'll move it down here if our horses get a little bit more wild. Maddi, what kind of bit do you have over there?
So I have an S hackamore, and so there's no piece that actually goes through the horse's mouth, but their nose comes in here and this comes under their jaw. And that's because this is for my horse Willie, and he was just started under saddle about a year ago. And so we like to start our horses in a hackamore. And so
yeah, with no bit, and that keeps them real light, gets them used to moving off of pressure just off of their nose. It doesn't hurt them at all, but that's a few of the different bits that we have right here on the table that we're cleaning right now. So over at this end of the table, we have our English bridles. Kailey, can you bring me a Western bridle so that we can show the difference? English bridles just happen to have a lot more leather for the most part. They have a nice brow band. They have a really cool nose band. Some Western bridles have nose bands as well, but they're usually separate. So we clean them actually all by themselves. But this is a really simple, nice Western bridle. The English bridle is just, it has a lot more stuff. And then your reins are usually leather or a little bit of this one has some rubbery synthetic material over the top of it. So it has to be cleaned in its entirety as well. So we definitely have to do these reins and the whole bridle all together. Here's another example of an English bridle. It does not have the bit on it, but it's just got the padded brow band, padded raised nose band. So anyways, looks a little bit like this. Now that we've cleaned all of our bridles, over here we're gonna move on to our saddles. On our ranch, we ride both English and Western. So we have English saddles like this one and the one that Maddi has over there. Yep. Kailey has Western. So the Western saddles have saddle horns. There's all different kinds of English and Western saddles. Again, ours are more simple jumping and dressage saddles. And then our Western saddles are typically all-purpose trail saddles, or we have some roping saddles as well. So we have both the leather saddles like the one that Kailey has, and we have synthetic saddles. A synthetic saddle is not leather. It's made out of kind of more of a plasticky type rubbery material. It's very flexible. It's very comfortable. Maddi was pointing out earlier that it's also very light. So kids, people with back problems, a synthetic saddle is amazing. They're not always used for showing. So we do keep leather saddles around. Those are the ones that we use for shows. Our synthetic saddles are what we use every day. And they're pretty cool because cleaning them, we just have to wipe it down with a sponge and soap and water and it's done. We don't ever have to oil a synthetic saddle. We do have to oil the leather ones after we're done cleaning them. And it's real important to, again, clean and oil the leather saddle in its entirety in one sitting, because again, you'll have a color difference if you just oil one part and not the other part. So we told you that you can apply these same leather and tack cleaning techniques to other things outside of saddles and bridles. Boots are a big one, especially if you have leather boots of any kind, as long as it's not the rough kind of suede leather. As long as it's a smooth leather like this, you can clean it just like a saddle. So what I did was I got my rag nice and wet. I put some of the glycerin soap on it, and now we're just going to get all of this mud off. My daughter is really good at getting her boots super muddy. It's not great to leave the mud on the boots. It will dry out your leather. It'll cause it to crack a lot sooner than it should. Leather boots should last a long time. For my kids, they actually will, the boots will outlast the kids, which is really great. Then I can pass them down to the next kid. So we'll scrub and scrub, and then I might even go ahead and oil it, or I will use an actual boot cleaning conditioner, so a boot conditioner. So here's the clean one, here's the dirty one. I've got my work cut out for me on this one.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video, watching us clean some tack and maybe learning a little bit about the different kinds of tack.
Keep your eye out on our channel for new and exciting videos about animals and horses. Definitely horses coming up.
And we'll see you around.
If you enjoy this video, we'd love to hear from you. Like and subscribe and leave a comment about what you might like to see in future videos. We'll see ya back on the ranch.